Hi again, friends. In this screencast, we're going to talk about how we can use textual evidence, more specifically quotes from our text, in our literary essays to help support our thesis and our reasons. Now, on the next slide, actually the next two slides, I'm going to show you a few quotes from characters that I'm sure will be familiar to you. And I'm going to ask you to, when you see the quotes, pause the video for a minute on each slide, read all of the quotes, and then just take a quick few seconds to think what was happening in the movie at that time. Why did the character say this? What's the big meaning there? So here's the first slide of quotes. So again, pause if you need to read through these and think about them. And then here's another page of quotes. Now, my man Dumbledore here, I'm not going to tell you too much about this quote because it's going to come up later in Harry Potter and I don't want to spoil it for you. But this quote is so meaningful to me. I remember exactly what was happening when Dumbledore said this. I remember exactly why he said it. And I remember what it shows about some of the characters in the book and the ways that they acted and the lessons that they learned and that I can learn from their actions. Just from one little quote. That's what all of those it's just bringing back all those memories that I have of the book. So quotes are powerful. Hopefully you're starting to see that. Today, we're going to look at not only how can we use them, but how we can choose the right quote as well. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you have a good quote, okay? I could have had Dumbledore say, welcome to Hogwarts. That's a quote that he says. It doesn't really have the same meaning or pack the same punch that the quote I chose did. So you want to think about what specific words or specific actions in your text support your reason. That will help you find the right quote. You also want to make sure that you can explain exactly how that quote supports your reason. Let's try this. So in Fox, my essay has a reason that Dog is a good friend because he is caring. And so I just kind of flipped through the pages of the book a little bit. I was skimming, I was looking for places where Dog is caring. And then I chose a few quotes that might work. You could write them down in your notebook. You could put them right in your playlist. You could just put sticky notes on the pages if you want. But here are a few of the quotes that I chose to show my reason that Dog is caring. And so Dog runs with Magpie on his back every day through summer, through winter. Here's another one I chose. In the evenings when the air is creamy with blossom, Dog and Magpie relax at the mouth of the cave, enjoying each other's company. And then I chose one more. Magpie tries to warn Dog about Fox. He belongs nowhere, she says. He loves no one. Now, some of these quotes might really support my reason well. Some of them might not be as effective. So I want to test them and make sure that I can do two things. One, can I point to exactly the words that show my reason? And two, can I explain how it shows my reason? So let's test that. Okay. So my first quote here. So Dog runs with Magpie on his back every day through summer, through winter. I think this part here about how he does it every day through summer and through winter is really important. And it's because even when he's hot, even when he's cold, even when he might be tired, he still does it. That shows that he does it for Magpie, that he cares about her because he knows that she enjoys it. So I think this might be a good quote to use, but I'm going to test my other ones too. I might find a better one. In the evenings when the air is creamy with blossom, Dog and Magpie relax at the mouth of the cave, enjoying each other's company. Okay, so they enjoy each other's company, and that shows that they're friends, but it doesn't really show what Dog is doing to show caring. I don't know that this is the best match to support my reason and my thesis in my essay right now. And then the last quote that we're going to look at here is this one. Magpie tries to warn Dog about Fox. He belongs nowhere, she says. He loves no one. This one I'm not sure about. This one isn't even really about Dog. It's more about what Magpie does. So I don't really think this one would be a good one to use at all. I'm just going to get rid of that one entirely. I think I'm going to choose this one. This one has the exact words and actions that I'm looking for to show my reason. and I could explain it well. So I'll be able to explain it in my writing also. Now, once we've found our quote, we can't just put it in the essay. We have to set it up somehow. And you almost want to think about it like a jewel or some very expensive, special piece of jewelry that you want to bring your reader's eye to. Okay, jewelers do this when they have a really exquisite piece of jewelry and they want their customers to focus in on that. We're going to do the same thing for our quote because they are so powerful. Here are a few ways that you could do this. You could just say, in the text it says, and then say your quote. Okay, that's one way that you could do it. And here's how it would look with the example that I showed you. In the text it says, say your quote. Of course, you're going to need to explain it a little bit, but that's one way to introduce a quote into your essay. You could take the next step and just give a little mini summary to set up the quote first before you introduce your quote. So in my example, I say, after Magpie discovers that running feels like flying, the text says, and then I gave the example. You also could make sure that you're being very specific about who, from what text you're quoting, and what the character's trying to do before you use their exact words. So I might say, oh, well, the narrator in Fox conveys the setting by saying, dog runs with Magpie on his back every day through summer through winter. Or I could say, dog, the main character in Fox, shows his love for Magpie by saying, you can be my missing eye and I will be your missing wing. And then you also could shorten your quote and just use the most important parts, a few words of it, in the middle of a sentence that you've constructed around it.